Hi, this is Sean Law from Sydney Lorcana, here with Will to do some commentary on the some of the games from the Townhall June winner box. This one is Franz versus Robbie, Steel Song versus uh,
Green purple tempo, yeah.
Green Purple Tempo, Evasive Heavy, and
Yeah, game
Robbie.
one was pretty quick. I'd watch that because that was a very prime example of how green purple does take advantage of Steel Song's sort of slowness and a lack of ability to take out evasives. But Franz is on the play here, so he'll be able to set up hopefully a Cindy, maybe a Storm in there. So this one might be a high one for Robbie, just depending on how Franz opens.
It'll being on the play definitely makes a huge difference. Um, but we'll see if Robbie's able to get multiple merfolks like he did the last game to just put so much questing pressure in the early game.
Yeah, so the starting off here. See how many they mulligan. Who wins the battle here? Surely Robbie wouldn't. So mulligan 3 from Robbie.
And it looks like two from France.
Yep,
So
but Franz wins again. So Robbie should be scared right now.
yeah, I mean, when you see Steel Song not mulligan much, that means the hand must be pretty gas.
Yeah, it must be pretty good. That usually when you only put back 2, that usually means they're probably just looking for inkable cards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So Franz is gonna start off here. Let's see what he inks. Inking Smee.
Turn
For
one Cindy.
Yep.
On the
Okay.
play,
Robbie's
that's
in
pretty
trouble.
strong.
Yep.
Going for the broom.
I don't think that broom's going to be long for this world.
No, it probably isn't. Inking the Ursula. So what's the 2 drops? Smee.
Interesting.
And then Strength.
Strength. Yeah. I'm not really a big fan of Strength in the 1 drop there. I would have held Strength. But yep. Up Ursula.
I think it's more just I think that's all he had.
Yeah. I guess he has to play around the Ursula. So I think we saw Rapunzel there. So this Smee's going to get some value if Robbie doesn't do anything about it.
Well, if he doesn't have a crab next turn, the Smee's gonna potentially quest twice.
Yeah, well, quest once, and then it could also knock into the Ursula if Robbie gets greedy, and then Rapunzel's going to draw 2 cards, which is very good. Oh yeah, and Franz is on the hamster stuff as well, which is cool.
Yeah, I know. I lent him some hamsters for this tournament.
Yeah, so Franz is quested for 2, 1 damage on Smee. Okay, so Robbie's going to have to find a crab here desperately.
Yeah, or like you could play a fox, but then you're sort of losing your position.
Yeah, you're already behind. I think. So he's playing Peter Pan. That works out as well. Oh, he doesn't crash in. Okay, that's. I don't think that's. The right
I think he values keeping the pan alive because he's probably got a Iago or something to clean out the Smee next turn potentially.
It is very reliant on because Franz is about to get at least 1 draw here.
Well, I think he has the big Robin Hood as well, so
that there we go.
There's a shift. So if he's got like Whole New World or a song, this could be pretty potent.
Yeah,
inking. So maybe he's just going full aggro.
Yeah, I think that's a fine strat because
well, he's already on 6 lore.
Yeah, I think the thing is, this Robin Hood is just like so hard to take out on Robbie's side, just because of 6 willpower, and I know Robbie doesn't play any cards that bounce back larger creatures, so
yeah, because they're all uninkable, I think. Which
yeah, it's playing a genie, which isn't it's not amazing, but it does take out the Smee here if he so desires.
Yeah, he probably has to take out the Smee.
If he doesn't, if
he doesn't, then he knows that there's a Rapunzel, so the Smee's just I guess he's just gonna quest for 1. So it's
might as well, it's free.
Yeah.
Can't really do much about the evasives when you're an Amber Steel player. That is
It looks like
Genie's
we've got a
very juicy to take
song,
out with Storm.
Storm. Nice.
Yep, it's a good kill. Good kill.
Does he have another song to get rid of the pan?
Nope, he's just
Pete.
gonna play Pete. Pete's okay here.
It's no friends, but I mean, he's just going on the putting on the pressure. He's on 8.
Yes. So this is getting a little bit. Robbie's getting a little bit outsped here, which is in a very good situation.
But the Cindy is now exposed, so
yeah,
if he
but
has
I think once you have a Pete and a Robin Hood on board, the Cindy does lose its sort of value after a bit, just because you already have 2 other characters that can sing Storm or Strength. So
I mean, it's already killed like 2 things, so I mean, it's
absolutely got its value at
got
this
its
point.
value. I mean, be interesting to see whether they reprint that post rotation or not.
I'm trying not to think about that, but hey, Hamster's
Yeah.
a good alternative. I'll say that. Yeah, Peter Pan to Cindy, it's free, so I don't mind taking singers off the board just in case France does go for a whole new world.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have. Yeah, I mean, it also because he doesn't have any. He obviously doesn't have any evasives because you probably would have wanted any of those to take it out because now the pan is open to a storm.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about. Yeah, he just plays the crab here.
I think he's just trying to go out wide because, or potentially set up for a go with the 6 willpower on the Robin Hood.
Yeah,
Here
that'd
we
be
go,
it.
another Pete.
Yeah, the Pete's not very good in this matchup. Well, Robbie's not playing the wrong lever, pull the lever stuff, where I think Pete would actually be quite good. But
He's just questing with the Pete. What's he
I
doing with
would,
this
yeah,
Robin Hood? So he's at
9 currently. So, yep, he's
9,
gonna hold it. I think holding that's correct there, just because I
9,
think
and yeah.
you just need ball control at this point if your opponent's going to go wide, and Robbie's now forced to shoot first if he wants to try and win the game.
Well, the thing is that he has to.
Yep. So he's questing with Crab.
Questing with Crab. He obviously must have a fox then.
Yep. I don't know if this is a very good. Oh yeah, he's just going to put it front on Diablo. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, replacing itself.
Yep. So it's a free kill. Okay. He has to quest the Merfolk here. I don't know how he doesn't, but I don't know.
Well, the problem is the questing of the Merfolk is just giving the Steel Song player free 2 lore, but I guess
you got to start winning the game at some point.
Yeah, you need to start
this Robin Hood's just going to stay there until
like some sort of big song comes through.
Yeah, and you're also pressuring the Fox. Sorry, you're pressuring the Robin Hood with your Fox as well. So Fox has the potential to crash in, and Robbie can get a good lore burst out of Go. But
we also know he's got a crab in hand, so
that as well.
As
so
soon
it's
as
also,
that Robin Hood turns sideways, you just slam the crab and take it out.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that Robbie should have probably quested the Ursula here as well if he wanted the extra war. I guess he didn't want to risk the 1 draw from Rapunzel, but
here we go, Naveen.
Yeah, no, Rapunzel was the last card. Inking, that's very interesting. I'm not sure if you want to ink Rapunzel. France goes to 11 there.
Well, I think France sort of just values potentially, like, he knows that he's not going to be able to set up the Rapunzel trap because the crab will just take out the Robin Hood.
Yeah, it's the last card in hand, though, so it's very, very, like, it is a bit of a risk here. Like, France is kind of relying on getting some sort of draw power off the top of his deck at this point, preferably a whole new world. So Robbie's going to go control the game out at this point. Robin Hood gets a draw here, which is good. But yeah, this one slowly turning back in Robbie's favor. Quest for 2 goes up to 6. So Franz is 11, Robbie's 6. This is looking pretty decent for Robbie. Has to see what Franz top decks.
I mean, it's still anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, I don't think Robbie minds getting a whole new world either because he doesn't mind getting a bunch of extra cards to go wide with. Yep,
whole new world. And we got the Lawrence here putting putting some
Yeah, no,
pressure.
this Lawrence is absolutely putting pressure on the crab. It's one of the best qualities of Lawrence, and he's going to be able to quest for two as well. So hopefully France gets some daisies into his hand or something similar, so he can go a little bit wider to sort of get ahead.
He's inking the rhino, so he must have
Yeah.
some more one or two drops. All right, it looks like he's
Mm.
potentially.
I do find that very interesting. I would have considered keeping Hamster to um, decrease the attack of either Peter Pan or Crab. That is one of the effects people do forget about that card.
Or you could have just done it on the Ursula, and then the Pete wouldn't take any damage. He's just
Yeah,
all
that
right.
is
Well,
what
he's
I
got the
was going.
Lawrence, so he's just going. He's just forget about Robbie's board. He's just going to close it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair. Was he up to 13 now? So yeah, that he's presenting game on board there. So
yeah, and Robbie's board at the moment, like he's got some ink, and so I mean he could play a rush evasive, but that'll be like most of his ink.
I don't think Robbie can do much against the untapped creatures on the side of Franz's board. So he has to at least get rid of
There we
yeah, has to
go.
get rid of Naveen and the Pete at least. But Franz is getting up to 17 next turn, so I think Robbie's just got to set up a way for Franz to not win and then set up game for himself. But coming from 6, it's very unlikely.
Yeah, and then he has to trade the.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have. That's interesting. I would have maybe considered keeping the crab and throwing down, throwing Peter Pan into the wood chipper instead. But
I mean, maybe he's got more evasives in hand, so he just needs to hope that that pan. I mean, it's been there for a lot
yeah,
longer than whenever I play pan. He normally gets shot off after he kills one thing.
yeah. I think that's the thing about Pan is it does only have 2 willpower. So I was kind of looking for more of the go play because if you crash that crab into a Lawrence, that could have potentially been.
It is the
Um,
aerial.
Yeah, that could have potentially been 6 lore on Robbie's side, but
Well,
um,
I mean the pan does. Well, I mean the pan at the moment's only got It's basically any song kills it.
yeah, no, definitely
It's
that
only
as
got
well.
because it's
Be-
already taken I think 2 damage.
Because
So
Lawrence can just sing Storm on Peter Pan if it's so desired, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But you'd probably be looking at taking Diago first, yeah. So France just goes wide, and I think you just got to present game on board by turning both the Lawrences up to
yeah, and
17.
one of the weaknesses of the Emerald Amethyst deck is the lack of ways to deal with breaded characters because there's no
Yeah.
Elsa.
Well, there's no Elsa in Robbie's deck. That's
Yeah,
something I have been telling him he needs to play Elsa in his deck now, just because of situations like this. And even
or
if you
even the
consider,
4-drop Elsa because he has cards to spare in his hand.
yeah, that's true. I don't think you can play it in this sort of deck. Like, it makes more sense in a red purple deck because you do draw several like amounts of cards. But I don't know. Green purple does kind of run out of cards eventually, even though it does seem like he just has infinite card. He just has just all the cards in his hand all the time somehow. But yeah, also like the leather stuff is good, but even with this Pete on board, the leather stuff wouldn't have done anything. So it's definitely something to consider for the future. That Pete might actually be very good versus the green purple matchup. So I think Robbie's gonna have to
Yeah.
scoop it up because he hasn't.
Well, Franz is presenting Local with 3 readied characters, and he's on 17 lore.
Yeah, and Robbie's how many ink is that? 6 ink.
He's on 6 ink, but he does. Robbie is
Yeah, he
even
need to
with
be
a go
on.
go is not enough.
No, so
It's the
he's gone crab into to draw. Maybe he's trying to find a go setup game, but he's also on 3 more wall left, so he's gonna have to ink something to maybe try for it. But yeah, no, that's he's just trading these Lawrences off, but I don't think he's able to take out these ready characters.
well, kick
Oh,
here.
here we go.
There we go. So
Spoke too soon. Yeah.
Is
But
he bouncing the Robin Hood?
yeah, it's kind of hard because both of them have charm shift targets that quest for two. So Robbie still might have lost the game here, but I mean it's better than nothing.
Well, I mean, there's less shift aerials than there is shift Robin Hoods.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And if he bounces the aerial, that's potentially another song. So I guess that,
It has to be Robin Hood there, but
yeah.
even still, um, I don't think Robbie's quested up to
He
9
quested with
now.
the
Oh, to Peter Pan, so he's
mofo.
up to 10. Yeah, still not particularly game. There's still a go-go play he can do next turn, which Franz will have to play around if he desires to quest with his creatures on board. But he might just stand them up just to play around the go-go here. So he'll play Robin Hood. Yeah, there's a pretty game deciding point for France here because what he
Yeah, because
does this turn is going to determine if he wins or loses next turn.
he needs to like keep his aggression up and just close it before Emerald Amethyst gets more stuff. Okay, whole new world.
Wow, okay, that's crazy. I don't think we saw any go-go's in Robbie's hand.
No,
Yeah, like you do see he has exposed his aerial now, free willpower, so that is potentially four war from on board that Robbie can gain instantly. Yeah, but we're gonna have to wait and see what France does now. Because seeing with Ariel that hasn't opened himself up to questing with the shift Ariel. Okay, I'm just going hamster. And that's
there we go. Grab your swords to
wow.
blow out.
I did forget France was playing Grab Your Swords. So yeah, that is insanely rough. So yeah, that's a great way to play around.
Well, now
Getting go-go now.
he doesn't even need because he's on 18. He's got 2 readied characters, and he's got 2 exerted. So probably needs like a fox.
Yeah,
he needs potentially
yeah, Fox wasn't going to win him that because he can't crash anything into the crab. So yeah, that's pretty tough. That's very tough.
That game goes to France there.
Yeah, on the play, Robbie did stay in there, which was good. But yeah,
I mean, it was not a lot of back and forth between the 2 players.
Yeah, but you always got to bet on once that whole new world pops off. You always have to bet on the Ember Steel player because they are going to be way more set up than the opposing deck usually. So yeah, that was
well Grab Your Swords was a pretty good a good call.
Great choice for the day, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Great choice for the meta. But yeah, that's probably only one. I would assume there would be one copy in this deck, but
yeah, I think he's just running one that day.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, you do go through like half your deck, so there's always a good chance you'll just get to Grab Your Swords.
I mean, also, if you play it right, you only really need the 1 Grab Your Swords, and that just puts you so far ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you for commentating, and
well, it's going to be a game 3, eh? So
yeah,
close this one out.
All right. Hi everyone. Unfortunately, due to some technical issues, Game 3 was not recorded. However, I have spoken to the players, and Franz was the winner of Game 3, and it boiled down mainly to having the Shift Rhino surviving and also drawing Grab Your Swords and using it at the right time to kill 2 or 3 characters. Thank you for watching the video.